Okay, so I got me some Boston butter. Basically, most people, have you ever heard of pulled pork? This is what it's usually made out of. Pork shoulder, some people call it Boston butt. There's many different names. But I'm thinking about it's getting a little colder in this October. Still my kind of weather though. So I'm planning of making some kind of stew out of this. So first, you know what I got to do first, right? I got to get it prepped, clean it, and then I got to put it in the air fryer because what I want, not the air fryer, the Instant Pot. And why would I put it in the Instant Pot? Because all that good steam in that Instant Pot is going to cook the meat to the temperature I need it so that it's healthy, and it's going to make it nice and tender. So let me go ahead and get this meat cleaned up, and I'm going to go and get that pot, and we're going to get this party started. All right, got my meat cleaned. Kind of pat it down a little bit with this color, and put this in my Instant Pot. Okay. Normally I would use chicken broth, but I'm going to use beef broth in this. One, because I'm trying to use it up. And so, one, you'll notice I didn't fill it all the way up with beef broth. The reason is because when this starts to cook, the natural fats in this pulled pork is going to start coming out of this meat, and it's going to mix up with this beef broth, and it's going to make a nice little broth. That's going to be beef broth and the flavoring and fatty that's going to come out of this. So I'm going to put this in the air fryer. I must have air fryer on the brain today. I'm going to put this in the Instant Pot and cook it for about an hour 15 minutes. That should be cook it well enough so that the meat's falling off the bones. And then we're going to go to the next step. See you soon. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Now this should be butter soft, so it should pretty much come apart as I take it out. This is pretty much what it looks like. Trying to get this out, the bones already come apart. Oh yeah, look at that. It's trying to keep it together as I'm taking it out, as it falls apart. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely good. Absolutely. Now, this is the bone that was in it. As you can see, completely demeated. And all this good broth that's in there. You know I gotta do something good with this. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut this meat up. Then I'm gonna put it back in here. And add some goodies to it, some little veggies, some little seasonings, and then we're about to have a good old time. I was going to make some pulled pork with it, but just not in the mood for pulled pork. But I am going to make something similar to almost like a pulled pork stew. As you can see, a lot of these recipes I do right on the fly, so I have no idea what direction I'm going to head in. But I wanted to cook this differently than I've done before. And as you can see how well this Instant Pot Now I cook this on steam, so this is why the meat just falls apart. You don't even have to fight with it. It just look at that. Now I'm pondering what I'm going to add to this. And if you were wondering what I'm going to do with that juice or that broth that it made, I'm going to keep it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this ready. I got to cut up some veggies and stuff so I can get this all mixed up and ready. And then I'm putting it back in that Instant Pot and let it simmer for another hour or so. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm pondering and I'm thinking what I'm going to do with this. And I decided I'm going to make some type of variants of pulled pork stew. Or I guess that's what I'm going to call it. So I've got this pulled pork. I'm going to cut up some veggies. And all this is going to go all up in this good broth. I'm not wasting any of this. Now, cut up some of these onions. Again, I'm slacking in this department. Normally have my onions pre-cut. Lately, been busy. So it's going to put in this stew. It's going to be some onions. I love onions, so I'll probably put a couple of onions in this. No problem. Woo! Burning the eyeballs. Woo. Oh man, this stuff is hot. So, the exact thing I was looking for yesterday, broccoli, I find today. Isn't that a kick in the head? I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this. That is done with that. And I'm going to add and I did say I'm just still telling my eyes. Whoo. I know I hit a pillar somewhere, but who knows what I did with it. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, gotta wipe my eyes. Okay, this is gonna be trash. Okay, so we're gonna need. Oh, I know what I need. Add a little spice to this. I wanted to add a different type of bean. But that's going to take too long to cook. But this is going to give me what I want. Only difference, one's white kidneys and this is white kidneys. I love this one. Love this can opener. Alrighty. Now pour this pork apart. I know y'all looking, what the heck is this child doing? But don't worry, I always have a plan in my master plan. This. Just got a little carrots in it, some more broccoli. Oh yeah. Just a tad bit of spinach. Look at that. That's going to be a bad Bama Jamma when I'm done. I'm going to put this back into the Instant Pot. Let this cook for another half hour. That'll get everything to melt and start simmering together. Then we're gonna throw some seasonings and stuff in there, and may have to add some more veggies and stuff. Depends on how everything starts to settle. I'll be back. All right. While that stuff is over there brewing or cooking, I'm gonna get my green peppers cut up and some celery, and I'm gonna add to it. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I got over there, started looking at it and smelling it and how good it smells. And I just added a little bit of seasoning. I'll show you the seasons that I added to it. Oh my gosh, that thing is gonna be off the chain. And I'm thinking of adding one more ingredient to masterpiece I'm about to create. I know you're wondering, like, what is this dude doing with all this food he's making? I have a son. It's not making it past a day. I made the stuff I made, I go back to get some and it's gone already. He tastes like, oh, this tastes so good. And when I hear the word come out of his mouth, it tastes so good. If I'm gonna get some, I might as well go get it then. But once it hits the refrigerator, it's pretty much a done deal. It's good because I'm the kind of person that don't really like wasting food. So I don't mind making it. Don't like wasting it. And what the other secret ingredient, think about adding maybe a cup of white spices. For some reason, that always adds an extra twist to it. And it's already tasting and smelling. I'm going to let this simmer for a little bit. These celeries take a while to start to break down. My pot. Another onion here. I might as well cut you up too. As you can see, I love onions. Can't get enough of them onion stuff. And obviously, with all the onions I add to it, you don't. Most cases, you can't even tell there's onions in it because the onions cook. My pressure cooker, and the guys that break down, and you be like, no clue the onions are in there. Or at least you won't be able to see them because most of it kind of dissolves a little bit. So it gets translucent and you can't even see them. Go ahead and throw this into the pot. I'm going to let it simmer for a little bit, and then we're going to do a quick. I'm going to do a quick sample to see if it's cooking well enough, and then I'll let it simmer. And when it's done, we'll bring it back. But I'm not quite done with this yet because I think I need to add something else to this. Stay tuned. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. So the bonus item that I added was ooh, that's nice. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. There are 3 things I added outside of at the last minute. I decided to add a little rice to it. A little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little bit, and some Cajun style all-purpose seasoning from Keyford, and Supreme Tradition barbecue seasoning, barbecue style, Memphis barbecue style seasoning. You can get this from at the dollar store for $1.25. I think I got this also from the dollar store, but I'm not sure where I got this from, but it doesn't matter. Now, this has a combination of two types of kidney beans, which is white and red. But what really gives it the taste is when I let this pulled pork cook in that Instant Pot with that chicken, I think it was chicken broth, and let it cook so that all the fat and juices come out of that pulled pork, out of that pork butt into that broth. Then add the veggies, which I added some green peppers, onions, broccoli, standard stuff. Then I add the seasoning in towards the end, and then let it cook for a little bit. Dude, if you knew how well this came together, this actually turned out better than I expected. Cause like I said, a lot of my recipes come straight out of the old noggin. Sometimes I have no idea where I'm going with it, and it's completely on the fly. Luckily, most of them come out pretty good. There's a few times they come out and like, not going to do a video on this one. So this was actually really good. But the taste that I taste more than anything is that creamy, delicious fat goodness from this pulled pork. You can taste the beans a little bit. Oh gosh. Well, I know this ain't gonna last too long, because as soon as my son get a whiff of this, it's done. I did add some salt and pepper, but seasoning wise, it wasn't a whole lot, so I'm surprised. Wow, this really did come out pretty good. This is officially my new way of I'm going to do pulled pork if I don't plan on making burgers or sloppy joe. But because of the carbs and stuff and the rice and stuff, this isn't too diabetic friendly. So if your diabetes under control, you can probably have some of this. This is quite good. It almost feels like a comfort food, something you would eat on a nice cold day that you just want something warm and filling in your gut. Wow. Just really came out much better than I expected. Then you still see the carrots. And the potatoes is funny because when you put it on the steam setting in the Instapot, a lot of those starches and veggies tend to kind of dissolve, I guess you would want to say. Well, you don't see them as much, but you can still taste them. And like you can't see not one potato in here, but it's in here. You still kind of see the carrot, but it's really soft and mushy. And it just melts in your mouth. Wow. Wow. But I'm about to enjoy the rest of this before my son realizes what I just made, because it ain't gonna last much longer. So until next time, family, live long, eat healthy, and every once in a while you can cheat every sometimes. This is definitely a cheat day. Wow, this is really good. Until next time, take care.